friend, it's Pat Sloan here. So today I made great progress on the critter quilt. So we're going to kind of go through some steps on that. Also, we have a quilt parade of your quilts of the block Wednesday. So we're just going to dive right in there because that is so fun. Let's go. Our first one is from our ambassador, Barbara. So my friend Barbara, look how she used the green through here. I think that's so effective. It is just gorgeous, that dark green. Bonita's got one in such pretty colors, and she did a piano key border. So for those of you who've heard the term, don't know what it means, that is the strip border where it's like every other, looks like the keys on the piano. So you get that effect of an every other color. Love it. Carol's gorgeous on a light blue. I think it's light blue. It could be light aqua. It depends on your monitor. But she has this yellow popping through everything. So pretty. Karen's, oh, look at this. She used my, what did she use? My Morrison Park fabric. Look at that. Oh, and a lot of the people don't have a border on it because they decided it was big enough without it, or they want to do a full border. I believe she said she's going to do a fabric border and not a piece border. This is Cheryl's. Oh, it's all done. Look at this. All done. Quilted, binding, everything. It even looks like it had a beautiful little bath. Oh, it is so gorgeous. I love it. Soft and pretty. Dana's, oh, look at her background. If you can't tell, it's got a tiny little print. It doesn't look like a dot. I scrolled in, but it is gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful. Deb's, so pretty. This is also with my fabric. This is with Porch Swing. Oh, look at it. Okay, you guys are just knocking it out of the park. Knocking it out of the park. Dorothy's is so pretty. It's a red and white. I believe it's red and white. Yes, red and white border, checkerboard. Cannot beat it. Cannot beat it. Esther's is beautiful with a border. She has a small border on there. Binding, quilting, all done. Ah, perfect. And you can see she added a few little things. She needed to make it the size of a twin bed for her mother-in-law's 94th birthday. Oh, she's going to love it. It is so beautiful. Love those little hearts you added in there. Jules is gorgeous in these sort of elegant, very elegant gray and black, dark black and sort of copper color. Oh, how beautiful. For those of you wondering how a quilt top looks hanging from a rod with the curtain clips, there you go. She's got one up there for you to see. That's an excellent way to enjoy your top when you haven't had it quilted yet and you still get to see the beautiful work that you've done. Our ambassador and my friend Kendall. Oh, look at his border. He did all different fabrics. So if you were wondering how that would look, he alternated it with his background. So it's still got that alternating effect, but it's like, oh, it's like candy, right? Just like candy. Kim's is so pretty. It's got a red, white, and blue going on. Got some patriotic fabric in there. Love the addition of the tans. So pretty. Linda's beautiful. Now her checkerboard, she did looks like a teal and a navy, or maybe a light teal and a dark teal. I can't tell. I think it's a dark teal. Ah, looks so good, and I love the pops of purple. She's got a little bit of purple in there. Mary's, oh, pretty, pretty, pretty. That looks like it's all batiks. Even the background is probably a white batik. I don't know, I'm a sucker for white batiks. When I did batik lines, I had white batiks in them. They were gorgeous. Love your quilts so much, Mary. Melissa, beautiful. Look at this. And she's got a border on it that pulls from the fabrics. It's probably from the same fabric line or similar. It is just wonderful. We have a few more here. Here's from Pat, and it is gorgeous as well. She added an extra border on it because it obviously was not big enough. We all know this is a giant quilt. Turned out so good. Rhonda, I have a couple pictures because she's got hers quilted and she put some close-ups, and we'll have to show it to you. Now you can notice that she did a little bit different border treatment. She did a single row of squares alternating with a slightly different color in between, but it's still scrappy. And now here's some close-ups of, here's the flower, and you can see the different quilting she did it. How spectacular. Thank you for sharing your close-ups. She's got feathers, and oh, just amazing. You did such a great job. And we'll wrap up this parade with Stephanie's. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. She used on her checkerboard, you can see she did a peach, and then the print she used was a floral. So then she added another border out on the outside with that same floral. So gorgeous. I love it. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your amazing pieces. And be sure to go to the website, or go to my Facebook group to see more. My goodness gracious, your quilts are amazing. And I love the different border styles, and several of you have them all done. It was nice because we were doing something where I had a layout. So I know some of you were able to, work ahead when that was in, fit your schedule. And you had them all done. So, wonderful, wonderful. And some of the ambassadors got to sew along with this one. So, mwah to them and all of you, you and you and you. And there are many more out on Quilt Along with Pat Sloan. And keep sharing yours. Even though I did a parade, you can still share yours out there. We want to see it. Oh, okay, I've got 2 kits that I have to show you. These aren't necessarily kits I will make. One I'm definitely not making, but they're awesome kits, and I know they will speak to many of you. So the first one is from my friends at the Confidence Stitch. Kate puts together custom kit bundles. They're exclusive to her shop. They are just limited quantities, and this one is called Tail Feathers. And it's using, for her, they feel like kind of fall colors, and it is so cute. It is 63 by 63. So if you want one of those, and remember, they're just limited. They only do a certain amount of them. And you can go over to the Confidence Stitch. They do specialize in more modern fabrics, contemporary fabrics, and they have an awesome collection. If you're ever in Missoula, Montana, be sure to go in and visit the shop in person. They also have a large collection of clothing fabric. So when I decide to make a top, a tunic, like I want to do, I will be buying my fabric from Kate. That's where I'm going to order it from. And if you have questions, you can either call the shop or email them. They are super knowledgeable, the entire staff. And I had a chance when I was out there to meet them all. That was so much fun. So that's something you can get in on if this appeals to you. If it's super cute. So I hope some of you take up Kate on those exclusive kits. The other one is a kit that is from the Fat Quarter Shop, and they let me know about sew-alongs coming up, and different ones that have kits and stuff, and if I want to sew along, and they send me things. They send me a kit or whatever I need to if I want to sew along, and I can't do all of them. As much as it looks like I do all the things, there are many things I don't sew along with. And so I just pick and choose the ones that work for me or I find exciting. Or sometimes I would like to sew that particular project, but I know it's a big project. Remember we talked about that with project planning. Some projects, they're large projects, and I just felt like I couldn't fit that one in with them. But they said, well, we want to send you the kit anyways. I'm like, oh, how nice. So this came. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Oh, look at this. This is the Hometown Holiday Sampler. Oh my goodness. Okay. Like my brain is going, well, maybe I could just do a block here or there. That's how my brain works. Like here or there, I could just do a block. I love cross-stitch samplers. Years ago, sometime I'll bring it down again. I have a vintage one from my family. And so cross-stitch samplers, hung in my grandmother's home forever, and she gave it to me, and I just cherish it. So this is a quilt with the cross-stitch lettering. And then, of course, it has adorable little house and trees. It's designed by Lori Holt for the Fat Quarter Shop, So Emma Publications. It's a big quilt, though. It's 93 by 93, and that includes that border. So, you could take off that border and you're probably down to about maybe 85 or so, I'm guessing, the size. So, yeah. It's big. But I'm thinking, oh my gosh, I could just work on a letter here or there, work on a star here or there. I don't know. But this kit has all the fabrics for making the top and the binding. I believe they always give you the binding fabric. So the top and the binding. So this is it. This is the fabrics, and they're Lori Holt's fabrics. So of course, you know, we need to break into it. Oh, look at the background. It's not just plain white. And you know, that's my favorite thing, is not just plain. You know, they're sneaky, those fat quarter shop people. They're like, oh, we'll just send you a kit. You know, like, oh goodness. Look at that. So let's see. Do you want to see? Do you want to see? Huh? If you're not wanting to see this, you are not a breathing and living quilter. Okay, they are holiday themed, so there are holiday kind of, you know, images on some of this stuff. That red one did. I'm not saying, okay, so this one has some holiday kind of images, words, you know, little snowman. This is holly, which I'm okay with that. You know, I mean, if you really wanted the kit but did not want any holiday fabric, you could just grab the couple of them in here that are more holiday-like and take them out. You know, just swap them for something else. So here's a bunch that are smaller pieces. You know, you probably don't need it. You don't need as much. It's like, even though this is, I don't know if you can see that. Let me just hold it up there. These are like, looks like little ornaments. You see that on the tan? They look like little ornaments. But seriously, you're not gonna tell that in the scheme of things. Here's some more smaller pieces down here, some yellow. You see, a lot of it is really not holiday oriented, the plaid. And then this awesome background. Look at that. Just look. Okay. So that is, do I dare make a bin for it? You know, you have the pattern, so you can work at your own pace if you have this. And there is the kit for the quilt. Oh, this is what comes in the kit. This and this. They also have just the pattern. So if you want just the pattern, use your own fabrics. They also have a cross-stitch version. Let me just pop that up. Look how stinking cute that is. Because you know me and cross-stitch. I'm a slow cross-stitcher, so you know I'm not doing the cross-stitch, but a block here and there. I don't know. I might consider it. So we'll see. Okay, we are going to talk about the critters, and then we have some state fabric, of course. We have state fabric, and we still have one state, the state of Rhode Island. I still have not received any fabric from Rhode Island as of filming this. All right, let me put this away. So while I've been working on the critters, I took some videos of the fabric selecting and how it sort of worked through the process of the top row and the second row, because the second row is almost done. So let's first look at the process. There's the top row, and what I did is I actually pushed it all the way to the right, so these are all shifted. You can see there's a bit more space. I've got that all the way to the right, but the top row is sewn. And now I'm looking at this middle row, which is this dog, squirrel, all the way across. You can see that, right? So that's where I've got laid out now. And I decided to repeat some of the purples up there, like bring them down, you know, so rather than having like, I don't want like strong gingham, like all on the same side under each other. So I've got that around the mouse, which I think is super darling. And then the little polka dots, which were up here. I already had those yellow squares by the paw prints. Let's see, I just had I need a little strip above there, and I repeated that anywhere. Yes, it was up there by those birds. So that's down here, and I think that purple goes really well with what's up here. Now the one thing is, I use this strong stripe that I talked about, and I kind of like it. I do, because it almost looks like the ground under the squirrel. Now the one thing that's really bland is I took that yellow strip I didn't use above and put it right here, and I'm not loving that because it's basically blending into the ear, blending into the deer. which, you know, if I was going to blend, I probably should just put white, but instead I'm going to put purple or lavender. I should call them all lavender. Okay, so this is a stronger demarcation, you know, so you know it's there. I could try one of those lights, like up there, those light squares. I could try that to see if I like that, but I don't mind it being stronger because I really don't. I mean, they're different scales, so I kind of want a distinction between those two blocks. Like, what does it matter, right? You know, like nothing's in scale here to each other, but for that one, I just feel like I will want to have the deer. I want to be sure the deer butt is sort of, you know, make it onto his own side there. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's it. So there's not a lot here. I haven't cut the polka dot around the frog because I was testing it. Have to cut that gingham and have to cut that one above here. So those three I have to cut. Yeah, but I'm liking that. I'm liking that a lot. And that will give this row. Now what I have to do is I have to rearrange the critters on this bottom. They are not in my new layout, so I will do that in a bit. I'm just not doing it yet because I'm not too worried about that. I want to get these first 2 rows done, and then we're just on the 3rd section. So cool. To put the gingham around the mouse block, I don't want it. I want it pretty straight. So I am going to be taking the ruler and doing like this, lining it up along one of the gingham lines like this. There, I think you can see it off. I'm going to do this because I just don't want it shifted or anything like that. And so it'll work out pretty good like that. I think it'll be fine. So I'll just line it up, get rid of the selvage there with all the dots, and then just cut across. The longest piece I need is 12.5. Yeah, 12.5. So that's the 2 bottom pieces are 12.5 long. They're 9.5 for the sides of the mouse. So we're going to do that, and then we'll see how it looks up there in size. So there you can see how it looks. Like the gingham is a little heavy. It has a lot of weight to those lines. Even though it's going to be smaller than that, it'll be 1 inch on the bottom and the sides and the top one done. But this one over here will be 2 inches when done. So I'm wondering whether a different fabric might be needed. I don't know. Although I do like to have the lavender showing because that helps bring everything together. So I'm going to think on that. I will sew the other things. So you sew that last. Sew everything else until you have this to decide on. And then I'll think on it. Here is a different lavender. It has a lot more pattern in it, and it feels lighter. It also has a few other colors in it, which is kind of nice. You know, up here I have a lot of frame around it. So that's kind of the concept of my thought, except this is a lot less frame because these 3 sides are fairly skinny. But I kind of like that one. But I also have this one. I'm going to put this one up there and see. Here, you can get in close. There we go. Okay, I like this one better. So why do I like it better? This piece here has a really similar colors to what's up there. And so I felt like I needed something more towards this. These are kind of like 2 different shades, right? They're a little bit different, but sprinkling them around is good. I just thought there was enough there with that strip, and also it pulls from up here, which this of course will be sitting right up against that. So I thought I just needed one that was a little bit less, but it does look much better than the gingham. So here's the gingham again. I'll just put 1 strip over here on the side so you can see how much. I mean, I love that gingham, and I have that 1 square. Come on. Okay, hold on. Okay, so I had that 1 square up above, but it was just too heavy. It made too heavy of a frame. You know, it wasn't the look I wanted. So okay, so we're going to go with that floral that's under the gingham. So in a minute, I'll get the camera and we'll pan across the top and the 2nd row. I just have not done the mouse after picking that fabric. I didn't get a chance to do that before I decided to film, and so I will cut that out, and then that whole thing is done, and that second row can go up. I still have not shuffled that very lower row of critters to the new format. So let me get the other camera, and I have to go stand on the ladder to do this well so that you can see those two rows straight on. First of all, the lavender with the yellow is turning out so well. I'm just really excited about it. You don't see tons of it except for a couple of places. So let's take a look up here on the upper row. So here is row number 1. There is the amazing tiger. Look at him. So awesome. Little Scotty dog, the little pixel birds, then a pretty cat. We have another sweet little cat. The fun hedgehog with the little heart, how sweet. That little goofy bird with the long legs, love him. The Canada goose, the super cute cat with the big eyes, and there is the koala. And you can see how the stripe with the little mixing, nesting dolls worked underneath with the light purples, the light lavenders. And so now this row, the second row, which is, there's basically just 3 rows. The third row here is wider, but there's basically just 3 rows. So I went ahead and put the squirrels, I fussy cut that so that the guys in the middle, because I think that'll be cute to find. This, was it the Great Pyrenees dog? Is that how do you say it? He's just amazing. Super cute mouse. This is the full fuse flamingo that I stitched. I'm in love with this frog. Oh my goodness, he just cracks me up. You know, of course, I've been sitting here looking at this on my wall for like a month, right? So, and these kitties make me smile. And here's another goofy bird with long legs, a little rainbow wing. The fun little chubby penguin, the beautiful bluebird, our moose, and our paw prints. Over here we've got this squirrel, which that just turned out great underneath. That particular fabric with that sort of angled lines. And then I've got the lavender spacer like we talked about. And did I show you this deer? He has a yarn tail and a little ear flap, the 3D ear flap. Okay, so there they are straight on. It is so delightful to be at this stage where I can just go to my paper, get the sizes I need, and sew it up. And playing with the fabric is lovely. I'm doing a repeat, so the group of lavender fabrics I have, and I'm probably popped in a few other yellows. I haven't used as much of the yellow because the thing is, it's just not working as well for me yet. But where it can, it will. And just picking them from that grouping allows it to have a repeat, which allows your eye to go around. All right, on the state fabrics, we're not doing them today because I still have, look, I have all of these. They've all been loaded to the state fabric page. Immensely generous with what you sent. I don't need big pieces, but many of you sent me what you weren't going to use, and you have said, pass it on, which is what I'll be doing in some manner. I'm not sure exactly what I'll be doing, but I'll wait until I'm all finished because I don't need to know now, do I? I only need to know when I'm done, but I will be passing on what I don't use for the state quilt that I'm making. So anyways, if you need to see if yours came, it's over on the website. And tomorrow I will go through this basket. And if the mail tomorrow brings a few more, then you know, for filming, the day I'm filming, I will add those in as well. So we'll get those all in for the Thursday video. All right, my friend, I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.